In this video, I'm going to walk you through the best RB2B and Clay workflow that I have built to date. I've worked on several of these for clients over the last year, but this one is definitely the best thing I've built so far. So in case you're not familiar with RB2B, what it does is it can de-anonymize website visitors who are landing on your website, as long as they're in the US, and it can figure out who they are from their LinkedIn profile. And in some cases, if they're logged in as a LinkedIn company, what you might see is LinkedIn companies visiting your website. In other cases, it will be a LinkedIn profile, meaning a person. But you're able to then feed that data into a Clay workbook through a webhook, which is what we're doing here. And I'm going to walk you through this workflow to show you how you can enrich that data and get the most out of it to maximize your chances of converting those website visitors into paying customers. So you can see that we have some groups here. We have company data, we have person data, and then we have some website visit activity, like what page of your website did they land on? Where were they referred from? For example, google.com or bing.com and so on. Then we have an optional check if the country is okay. Now, all of your website visitors being tracked are in the US. Maybe it works if they're using a VPN with a US IP, but even if the person visiting your website is from the US, if they're logged into LinkedIn as a company, then if their company's headquarters is overseas, you may have certain countries where you're just not interested in working with companies from those countries. So group 4 here is an optional group to help you to filter those out and then use it as a run condition downstream if you want to. We then have a step to get their domain. The domain is provided from the RB2B data that comes through the webhook, but we want to make sure that we're not missing any of them. So what we do, we have the company name. So we can find missing domains using Clayagent, and then we can merge the results into a domain merged column that enables us to make sure we have fuller data sets. Because if you need people's email addresses, you need their full name and their domain. Next, we have enrich person. So this is a great feature in Clay. We can use this enrich person step. That's going to provide us with a lot more information on each person. The data that comes through from RB2B, in some cases, their job title is missing. In some cases, their company name is missing. In some cases, like this one right here, you can see that their current experience from LinkedIn shows that it's not current. That means that this person has ended their job. But by getting this additional information, we can merge the RB2B job title with the enriched person job title to get more job titles. And we can do the same with company names. Once we have that, we get the company description. So I have this prompt here. Clayagent is going to bring back the industries or sectors the company works in, the types of decision makers who are the likely buyers, the company's main products or services, and how those products and services help their customers, like the value or the outcome. And just saying, keep it factual, marketing free, etc. Keep it to about up to 200 words. And we give it the company name merged and the domain merged so that we get more company descriptions than if we didn't do those previous steps. We then check that they're a client fit for your business. So in this prompt, what we'll do is we will provide them with a description of what your business does in terms of your products or services, who your ICP is, and how your product or services helps that ICP. And then we ask this prompt to compare that with the company description of each of these companies and say, is this company realistically a likely fit for you? Because a lot of people visiting your website might be competitors, or they might be people that they're not really your ideal customers. They're interested in selling to you, for example. And so we need to work out who is an ideal fit and who is not. The answer is either yes or no. So we can create a filtered view of qualified companies like that. This means that we can find other decision makers at this list of companies using this companies list as a source. When you click add down here, you can choose find people. And then in the companies section, you can choose Clay table of companies to start from. And we're going to choose the first table and then show details, and we're going to choose qualified companies using domain merged as the identifier. And so that is how you can find more relevant people at the same companies of people who've been visiting your website and reach out to them as well. So that's an overview of how this works. If you'd like us to build something like this for your business, then click the link in the description, get in touch with me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, consider subscribing. I have a ton more content just like this coming out. So if you found this useful, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.